Warriors into the Wild by Aaron Hunter, Chapter 8. Yellowfang growled in defiance at the approaching paw steps, but Firepaw could sense her panic. The she-cat struggled to her feet. "So long, thanks for the meal." She tried to limp away on 3 legs, but then winced in pain. "Ugh, this leg is stiffened up while I was resting." Now it was too late for her to run. Silent shadows slipped out of the trees, and in heartbeats, the Thunderclan patrol had encircled Firepaw and Yellowfang. Firepaw recognized them: Tigerclaw, Darkstripe, Willowpelt, and Bluestar. All of them lean and hard-muscled. Firepaw smelled Yellowfang's fear at the sight of them. Graypaw followed close behind and bounded out of the bushes and stood beside the warrior patrol. Firepaw mewed a hasty greeting to his clan, but only Graypaw returned it. "Hi, Firepaw," he called out. "Silence!" growled Tigerclaw. Firepaw glanced at Yellowfang and groaned inwardly. He could still smell the fear scent on her, but instead of countering in submission, the scruffy creature was glaring in defiance. "Firepaw," Bluestar's question was cool and measured. What have we here? An enemy warrior? And recently fed, by the smell of you both." Her eyes burned into him, and Firepaw dropped his head. "She was weak and hungry," he began. "And what about you? Was your hunger so bad that you must feed yourself before you gathered prey for your clan?" Bluestar went on. "I assume that you have a very good reason for breaking the warrior code?" Firepaw was not fooled by the leader's soft tone. Bluestar was furious, and rightly so. He crouched low to the ground before he could speak. There was a loud hiss from Tigerclaw. "Once a kitty pet, always a kitty pet." Bluestar ignored Tigerclaw and looked instead at Yellowfang. Suddenly, she looked surprised. Well, Firepaw, it seems that you have captured us a ShadowClan cat, and one I know well. You are ShadowClan's medicine cat, aren't you?" She mewed to Yellowfang. "What are you doing so far in ThunderClan territory?" "I was the ShadowClan medicine cat. Now I choose to travel alone," hissed Yellowfang. Firepaw listened, astonished. Had he heard right? Yellowfang was a ShadowClan warrior? Her filthy condition must have masked her territorial scent, and he might have enjoyed tackling her if he'd known. "Yellowfang," Tiger meowed mockingly. "It looks like you have fallen on hard times. You can be beaten by an apprentice." Now, Darkstripe spoke. "This old cat's no use to us. Let's kill her now. As for this kitty pet, he has broken the warrior code by feeding an enemy warrior. He should be punished." "Keep your claws in, Darkstripe," Bluestar purred calmly. "All the clans speak of Yellowfang's bravery and wisdom. It may help us to hear what she has to say. Come, we will take her back to camp. Then we will decide what to do with her and with Firepaw." "Can you walk?" she asked Yellowfang, "or do you need help?" "I've still got 3 good legs," the grizzly she-cat snapped back, limping forward. Firepaw saw that Yellowfang's eyes were glazed with pain, but she seemed determined not to show any weakness. He noticed a look of respect flicker across Bluestar's face. The ThunderClan leader turned slowly and led the way through the trees. The other warriors looked up positions on either side of Yellowfang, and the patrol moved on, carefully keeping pace with their lame prisoner. Firepaw and Graypaw fell in step together at the back of the group. "Hey, have you heard of Yellowfang?" Firepaw hissed to Graypaw. "A bit. Apparently she was a warrior before she became a medicine cat, which is unusual. I can't imagine her as a loner, though. She's lived her whole life in ShadowClan." "What's a loner?" Graypaw glanced at him. A loner is a cat that isn't part of a clan or cared for by two legs. Tiger Claw says they're untrustworthy and selfish. They often live around two-legged dwellings, but belong to no one as they catch their own food. I might end up like a loner once Blue Star's finished with me, Firepaw meowed. Blue Star is very fair, Grandpa reassured him. She won't throw you out. She certainly seems pleased to have such an important Shadow Clan cat as a prisoner. I'm sure she's not going to make a fuss about you feeding a poor old mange bag. But they keep moaning about prey being scarce. Oh, why did I eat the rabbit? Firepaw felt shame burn through his fur. Well, yeah, Grandpa nudged his friend. That was mouse-brained. You really broke the warrior code there. But no cat is perfect. Firepaw didn't answer, but trekked onward with a heavy heart. This was not the way he hoped his first solo task would end. As the patrol passed, sentries who guarded the camp entrance. The rest of the ThunderClan came running to welcome the warriors home. Queens, kits, and elders crowded on either side. They peered curiously at Yellowfang as she was led into the camp. Some of the elders recognized the old she-cat. Word spread quickly through the clan as this was ShadowClan's medicine cat. A steady, jeering hum rose up around them. Yellowfang seemed deaf to the taunts. Firepaw couldn't help admiring the way she limped with dignity through the corridor of stairs and insults. He knew that she was in a great deal of pain and hungry in spite of the rabbit he had caught for her. When the patrol reached the high rock, Blue Star nodded towards the dusty ground in front of it. Yellowfang followed the ThunderClan leader's silent command, sinking gratefully onto the earth. Still ignoring the hostile stares around her, she began licking her wounded leg. Firepaw noticed that Spotted Leaf emerged from a corner. She must have scented the presence of an injured cat in the camp. He watched the crowd part to let the young tortoise show through. Yellowfang glared at Spotted Leaf and hissed. I know how to take care of my own wounds. I don't need your help. Spotted Leaf said nothing but nodded respectfully and stepped back. Some of the cats had been out hunting, and fresh kill was brought for the returning warriors to eat. They each took some food and carried it away to a nettle patch to eat it. Then the other clan cats crowded forward to take their own share. Firepaw paced hungrily around the clearing and watched the cats crouch in their usual groups, chewing and gulping. He longed for a morsel, but didn't dare to take anything from the pyro. He had broken the warrior code. He guessed that meant that he was forbidden his share in the fresh kill. He paused beside the high rock where Blue Star was sharing words with Tiger Claw. Uncertain, Firepaw looked to his leader for a signal that he was allowed to eat. But the gray cat and the senior warrior were busy murmuring at one another in low tones. Firepaw wondered if they were talking about him. Desperate to know his fate, he strained his ears to hear what they were saying. Tiger Claw's yowl sounded impatient. It's too dangerous to bring an enemy warrior into the heart of ThunderClan. Now she knows the camp. Even the youngest ShadowClan Kit will hear of it. We have to move. Calm down, Tiger Claw, Blue Star purred. Why should we move? Yellowfang says that she's traveling alone now. There's no reason for a ShadowClan cat to hear of it. Do you really believe that? What on earth was a foolish kitty pet thinking of? Tiger Claw spat. But think for a moment, Tiger Claw, meowed Blue Star. Why would the ShadowClan medicine cat choose to leave her clan? You seem to be afraid that Yellowfang will share our clan secrets with the ShadowClan. But have you thought about how many ShadowClan secrets she might share with us? Firepaw could see by the way Tiger Claw's fur began to flatten that Blue Star's words made sense. The warrior nodded briefly and then stalked off to take a share of fresh kill. Blue Star remained where she was. She looked out across the clearing where some of the younger kids were fighting and tumbling playfully in the dust. Then she stood up and began to walk towards Firepaw. His heart lurched. What was she going to say to him? But Blue Star walked straight past him. She didn't even glance at him. Her eyes were clouded with unknown distant thoughts. "Phosphor!" she called out as she approached the nursery. A pure white cat with blue eyes slipped out of the rambles inside. The noise of mewling grew louder. "Hush, kits," purred the red cat reassuringly. "I won't be long." Then she turned to her leader. "Yes, Blue Star? What is it?" "One of our apprentices has seen a fox in the area. Warn the other queens to guard the nursery carefully, and make sure all kits less than 6 moons stay inside the camp, or until our warriors have driven it away." Frostbird nodded. "I will pass on the warning, Blue Star." "Thank you." She turned and squeezed back into the nursery to quiet the quiet kits. At last, Blue Star strode over to the pile of fresh kelp and took a share. A plump wood pigeon had been left there for her. Firepod looked on longingly as she carried it away to eat with the senior warriors. Finally, his hunger drove him forward. Grandpa was there with Ravenpaw, wolfing down a small finch beside the tree stump. He saw Firepaw approach the pile and flicked his head encouragingly. Firepaw bent his neck, ready to take a small wood mouse with his teeth. "Not for you!" Tigerclaw growled, strutting up behind him and pawing the mouse away. "You didn't bring back any prey. The elders will eat your share. Take it to them." Firepaw looked over to Blue Star. She nodded shortly. "Do as he says." Obediently, Firepaw picked up the mouse and carried it over to Smallier. The delicious smell of it wafted up Firepaw's nose. He wanted nothing more to crunch it up with his strong teeth. He could almost feel its life energy flooding in his young body. With great self-control, he laid the prey down in front of the great Tom and then backed away politely. He expected no thanks and was offered none. Now he was glad that he had gobbled up the remains of the rabbit that he got for Yellowfang. There would be nothing else for him to eat until he went out hunting again tomorrow. Firepaw wandered over to Greypaw. His friend had eaten his fill and lay with Ravenpaw outside the apprentice's den. He was stretched out on his side, rhythmically watching a foreleg. Greypaw saw Firepaw approach and paused his licking. "Has Blue Star mentioned your punishment yet?" he asked. "Not yet," replied Firepaw gloomily. Greypaw narrowed his eyes sympathetically and said nothing. Blue Star's call sounded across the clearing. "Let all those cats old enough to catch their own prey join together for a clan meeting." Most of the warriors had finished eating, and like Greypaw, were busy grooming themselves. They lifted themselves gracefully from their paws and walked over to the high rock, where Blue Star waited to speak. "Come on," meowed Greypaw. He leaped up. Ravenpaw and Firepaw followed him as he scampered over and edged his way forward to a good position. "I'm sure you have all heard of the prisoner we have brought back with us today," Blue Star began. "But there is something else you need to know." She glanced down at the rattled she-cat who lay there very still beside the high rock. "Can you hear me from there?" she asked. "I may be old, but I'm not deaf yet," Yellowfang spat in reply. Blue Star ignored the prisoner's hostile tone and continued. "I'm afraid we have some very grave news. Today I traveled with a patrol into Wind Clan territory. The air was filled with the scent of Shadow Clan. Almost every tree had been sprayed by Shadow Clan warriors, and we met no Wind Clan cats even though we journeyed deep into their heartland." Her words were met with silence. Firepaw saw confusion in the faces and the clan cats. "Do you mean Shadow Clan has chased them out?" called Small Ear hesitantly. "We can't be sure," Blue Star meowed. "Certainly the scent of Shadow Clan was everywhere. We found no blood, too, and fur. There must have been a battle. Though we found no bodies from either clan." A shocked yowl rose from the cloud in a single voice. Firepaw let the cats around him stiffen with shock and fury. Never before had one clan driven another from its hunting grounds. "How can Wind Clan be driven out?" One-Eye croaked hoarsely. "Shadow Clan is fierce, but Wind Clan have many. They have lived in the uplands for generations. Why have they been chased out now? She shook her head anxiously, her whiskers trembling. I don't have the answers to any of your questions, meowed Blue Star. It is well known that ShadowClan has recently appointed a new leader, following the death of Ragged Star. Their new leader, Broken Star, has given no hint of threat when we met him at the last gathering. Perhaps Yellowfang has answers, snarled Darkstripe. After all, she is of ShadowClan. I am no traitor. Nothing would make me share the secrets of ShadowClan with a brute like you, growled Yellowfang, glaring aggressively at Darkstripe. The ThunderClan warrior moved forward, ears flat, eyes close to slits, ready for a fight. Stop! Yelled Blue Star. Graystripe immediately halted in his tracks. Yellowfang goaded him with blazing eyes and ferocious hiss. That's enough! Blue Star growled. This situation is too serious for us to be fighting among ourselves. ThunderClan must prepare itself. From this moonrise onward, warriors will travel in larger groups. Other clan members will remain close to the camp. Patrols will be traveled to boundary edges more frequently, and all kits must stay in the nursery. The cats below her nodded in agreement. Blue Star continued, Our need for warriors is our greatest obstacle. We shall get around this by speeding up the training of our apprentices. They need to be ready even sooner to fight for our clan. Firepaw saw Dustpaw and Sandpaw exchange a little glance. Graypaw was gazing up at Blue Star, his eyes wide with excitement. Ravenpaw just shuffled his paws anxiously. The black apprentice's wide eyes showed that worry rather than excitement. Blue Star went on. One young cat has been sharing mentors with Graypaw and Ravenpaw. By teaching him, I shall speed up the training of all three apprentices. She paused and looked down at her clan. I shall take Firepaw as my own apprentice. Firepaw opened his eyes wide in amazement. Blue Star to be his mentor? Beside him, Graypaw gasped, unable to hide his surprise. What an honor! It's been moons since Blue Star's had an apprentice. Usually she only trains the kits of deputies. Then a familiar voice rose from the front of the crowd. It was Tarkaglaw. So Firepaw is to be rewarded, not punished for feeding an enemy warrior when he should have been feeding his own clan. Firepaw is my apprentice now. I will deal with him, answered Blue Star. She stared into Tarkaglaw's fierce eyes for a moment, before lifting her head to address the old clan once more. Yellowfang will be allowed to stay here until she has recovered her strength. We are warriors, not savages. She is to be treated with respect and courtesy. But the clan cannot support Yellowfang, Darkstripe protested. We have too many mouths to feed already. Yeah, Graypaw whispered into Firepaw's ear, and some of them are bigger than others. I don't need anyone to care for me, spat Yellowfang, and I'll split anyone who tries. Friendly, isn't she? Graypaw murmured. Firepaw flicked the tip of his tail in slight agreement. There were muffled meows on the other warriors as they grudgingly recognized the enemy warrior's fighting spirit. Blue Star ignored the murmuring. We shall kill two prey with one blow, as it were. Firepaw, as punishment for breaking the warrior code, your responsibility will be care for Yellowfang. You will hunt for her and tend to her wounds. You will fetch her fresh bedding and clear away her dirt. Yes, Blue Star, meowed Fireheart, his head bowed in submission. Clear away her dirt, he thought to himself. Ugh! Mocking yells came from Dustpaw and Sandpaw. Good idea, hissed Dustpaw. Firepaw better be good at cracking fleas. And hunting, added Sandpaw. That sack of bones is going to need feeding up. Enough, Blue Star interrupted them. I hope Firepaw will find no shame in caring for Yellowfang. She's a healer, and she is his elder. For those reasons alone, he should respect her. She shot a sharp glance at Samba and Despard. And there is no humiliation in caring for another cat when she is unable to care for herself. The meeting is over. I would like to speak to my senior warriors alone now. With that, she jumped down from the high rock and marched toward her den. Lionheart followed her. The other clan cats began to move away from the high rock. One or two congratulated Firepaw on being chosen as Blue Star's apprentice. Others mockingly wished him good luck after looking for Yellowfang. Firepaw felt so dazed by Blue Star's announcement that he just nodded blankly. Longtail padded up to him. The V-shaped nick that Firepaw had cut into the tip of his ear still showed. The young warrior drew back his whiskers into an ugly snarl. "Well, I hope you think twice about bringing strays into the camp next time," he sneered. "Like I said, outsiders always bring trouble."